student at WGU, Western Governors University, and today's presentation will be about social issues in America. My purpose of this presentation is to inform you about how social issues have become a part of our everyday life and how they have impacted the country. I've chosen you, a group of high school students all around the country, to tune in to this presentation via webcam. It's significant that I chose you all because you guys and girls are the future leaders of America, and with you everything is possible when we look for a big change. Okay, so have you ever found yourself in a very awkward situation because of something that you've said? Has someone ever taken what you've said out of context and took offense? I'm sure that they have, unless you live alone, under a rock, or in the middle of nowhere. I can understand that in high school this happens more often than not. Over the course of this presentation, you will learn how social issues have become a part of our daily life in America. We will talk about slavery, homosexuality, and America's election of its first black president. Number 1. Slavery and racism are a definite social issue in America. Some have argued that slavery had existed throughout history and it was just a natural state of humanity. So even though it was just bad, it was just the way it is. They've used the examples that the Greeks, the Romans, and the English had slaves. Slavery was a large part of success of the nation. Slaves were the driving force behind everything in the South, from cotton to tobacco. Thomas Jefferson himself wrote, "Slavery was an assemblage of horrors," but still brought his slaves with him to the White House. Cooper A. Rosen, that's 2008. Losing slavery was a big blow to the economy. However, owning another human is just wrong, and it's just not right. Many people have been killed because of this issue. If you had to take a side, which would you choose? Our second topic is homosexuality. Homosexuality has been an important social issue in America for many years now. Some people believe that every homosexual is doomed to hell. Some people believe that hell is a fictional place created to scare children into being good. But that's a story for another day. Doesn't the U.S. Constitution make every man equal? Does a person's sexual orientation take away their rights as a human? These are questions that are asked by many people in the LGBT community. There is discrimination going on, there is name calling, and there is harassment going on. All of these are social issues in America. Perhaps the most troubling thing is the amount of people that have been bullied because of this. In Uganda, the government has created a new law banning homosexual acts, with everyone breaking it receiving 14 years in prison. The U.S. has a problem, but thank goodness it is not as bad as it is in other parts of the world. But as you can see, this is a worldwide issue that needs to be addressed. I'm going to share with you a graphic. The graphic will show you that 47% of gay boys have thought about committing suicide in comparison to 34% of non-gay boys who have thought about committing suicide. The most horrific numbers that I have just showed you are the 73% of gay girls, adolescents, that have thought about committing suicide in comparison to the 53% of non-gay girls. McDonald, 2015. In 2008, the United States elected its first African-American president. This was a very historic moment. President Obama has been at the center of social issues since he placed his name on the ballot. The typical thing to do in the election is to try to win, and most times by any means necessary. However, there were some social issues that arose, and I would say maybe questionable. 4 years later, he was elected to serve his second term as president. President Obama said, "I want future generations to know that we are a people who see our differences as a great gift, that We are a people who value the dignity and worth of every citizen, man and woman, young and old, black and white, Latino, Asian, immigrant, Native American, gay, straight, Americans with mental illnesses and or physical disabilities. Obama 2015. This is something always to think about. President Obama's experience stands for change in our country. It goes to show that things look impossible, but they are very much obtainable. Do you think that 400 years ago slaves could ever imagine that there would be someone like them as the leader of the free world? Social issues are a significant problem in the world. There is a life after struggle. I want to stress that no matter how hard things seem, we can think about two things. Number one, think about how bad things could be. After all, we're all free. Second, think about how good things can be. One day, you could do something that you never thought possible if you fight as hard as you can. This is extremely important because when things get hard in life, and believe me, they will, you can always reflect back to the day that you heard these words, and hopefully you can continue to push forwards. Now, I will open the floor for any questions.